Let me welcome you to my channel. Before we begin the video, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and like this post. From a creative perspective, WWE has been receiving praise for its improvements under Triple H. Matt Camp has revealed that talents and personnel also now enjoy a better quality of life thanks to the game and his approach. The company operated quite differently when Vince McMahon called the shots, as he, a known workaholic, expected a lot out of his workforce. There have been several stories of stars working beyond their capacity, and the same goes for the Backstage team. On Busted Open, Matt Camp revealed that the situation had changed for the better ever since Triple H replaced Vince McMahon. The recently released Levesque documentary on Vince McMahon reaffirmed his passionate mentality towards the business, which often led to chaotic moments within WWE. Matt Camp noted that people no longer are waiting for long hours in creative meetings, as Triple H ensures nobody is overburdened. The former host of The Bump spoke about the chief content officer wanting to spend more time with his family and realizing that WWE employees, too, deserve the same. Pro wrestling has no off period, as superstars work all year, performing for global audiences. Historically, WWE talents never got a week off during the holiday season and, in most cases, had to work extra live events. That has also changed with Triple H in charge, as Matt Camp revealed he got to be with his family for Christmas during his final 2 years in the promotion. Camp was grateful to WWE for the gesture, like many others on the payroll, as he recalled. The TV product will have its ups and downs, but it seems like Triple H and the new management are actively focusing on improving things beyond the ring in WWE. In the world of professional wrestling, few names carry as much weight as Triple H. Known for his iconic career as a wrestler and his significant role behind the scenes, Triple H, real name Paul Levesque, has been instrumental in shaping the modern WWE landscape. For years, fans have watched him transition from being one of the most decorated superstars in WWE history to a key figure in the corporate structure, steering the company toward a new era. Recently, one ex-WWE personality revealed that there's more to Triple H's influence than meets the eye. According to them, Hunter wants to be a husband is the driving force behind a massive WWE change that has transformed the company from the inside out. But what does that phrase truly mean, and how has it impacted WWE's evolution? Let's explore the meaning behind this statement, how Triple H's personal philosophy has shaped WWE's creative direction, and the larger implications of his influence as both a leader and visionary. The phrase, Hunter wants to be a husband, might seem cryptic at first glance, but within the context of WWE and Triple H's responsibilities, it reveals an interesting dynamic. Triple H, having been deeply involved in the wrestling world for decades, understands the importance of building relationships, fostering talent, and, perhaps most importantly, creating a sense of family within WWE. It's no secret that he is married to Stephanie McMahon, daughter of WWE's longtime chairman Vince McMahon. This marriage brought Triple H closer to the heart of WWE's operations and allowed him to play a significant role in shaping the future of the company. However, according to this ex-WWE personality, Triple H's mindset of wanting to be a husband transcends his marriage. It speaks to his approach as a leader, someone who is not just focused on the business side of wrestling, but who deeply cares about the people involved in it. Being a husband, in this sense, means creating a nurturing environment, one that is supportive and dedicated to the personal and professional growth of those around him. Triple H's philosophy has changed the atmosphere backstage, as he emphasizes the importance of a healthy, positive work environment. Instead of being solely focused on the cutthroat competition that often defines corporate cultures, especially in the high-stakes world of WWE, Triple H has brought a more human touch. The shift toward a more inclusive and supportive backstage culture has been reflected in the creative direction of WWE, with a greater emphasis on long-term storytelling, character development, and giving wrestlers the tools they need to succeed. One of the most obvious impacts of Triple H's husband philosophy can be seen in WWE's talent development system. When Triple H took the reins of WWE's developmental brand, NXT, it became clear that he had a vision beyond just creating the next batch of superstars. He wanted to build a family of wrestlers who could grow and evolve in an environment that supported their creativity and personal growth. Under Triple H's guidance, NXT transformed from a basic developmental territory into one of the most exciting brands in all of wrestling. NXT became synonymous with hard-hitting action, storytelling depth, and a sense of camaraderie that was palpable both in the ring and backstage. Triple H, in his role as both mentor and leader, was fostering the kind of environment where wrestlers were encouraged to take risks, develop their characters, and hone their craft without the constant pressure to perform perfectly from day one. This approach mirrored the idea of being a husband in the sense that Triple H wasn't just looking to manage talent, he was looking to support and nurture them. He invested in the future of WWE by creating an environment where performers felt cared for, valued, and empowered. This focus on development has paid off in spades, with countless NXT alumni becoming major stars on WWE's main roster, from Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch to Roman Reigns and Charlotte Flair. Beyond just building future stars, Triple H's emphasis on relationships has led to a greater sense of loyalty and trust between WWE and its talent. Wrestlers who come through NXT or work directly with Triple H often speak of the respect and admiration they have for him, not just as a boss, but as someone who truly understands the wrestling business from all angles. Triple H's influence isn't limited to talent development. It also extends to WWE's overall creative direction. In recent years, WWE's programming has undergone significant changes, particularly in how storylines are structured and how talent is showcased. The shift toward more nuanced storytelling, longer feuds, and allowing wrestlers to develop their characters over time can be attributed, in part, to Triple H's influence. For years, WWE was criticized for relying too heavily on short-term booking and focusing more on spectacle than substance. But with Triple H's increased involvement in creative decisions, particularly since Vince McMahon's departure from day-to-day operations, WWE has started to prioritize storytelling that resonates with fans on a deeper level. Characters are given more room to breathe, and storylines are allowed to evolve naturally rather than being rushed to fit into a pay-per-view schedule. The ex-WWE personality who coined the phrase, "Hunter wants to be a husband," hinted that Triple H's creative vision for WWE is centered on building long-lasting relationships with the audience. Just as a husband nurtures and maintains a relationship over time, Triple H wants WWE to foster that same kind of connection with its fans. He understands that the best stories are those that are given time to develop, and the best characters are those that feel authentic and relatable. This shift in WWE's creative philosophy can be seen in some of the most recent and successful storylines, such as Roman Reigns' Tribal Chief character and the evolution of the Bloodline saga. These stories are rooted in character development and emotional stakes, something Triple H has long championed during his time in NXT and now in his role overseeing much of WWE's creative output. At its core, the idea that Hunter wants to be a husband reflects Triple H's leadership style. He doesn't just want to run WWE as a business, he wants to build something lasting, meaningful, and personal. His leadership is focused on collaboration, trust, and fostering an environment where people, whether they're wrestlers, writers, or production staff, feel like they're part of a family. This approach is a stark contrast to the more business-centric, corporate atmosphere that often characterized WWE under Vince McMahon's leadership. While Vince was undoubtedly a visionary who built WWE into a global entertainment powerhouse, Triple H's philosophy is more centered on the people who make up the company. He's not just looking at WWE as a product to sell, he sees it as a family to lead.